What if the very belief you fear is dooming you to loneliness is, in fact, the precise key to unlocking a love far more profound than you've yet imagined? Let's be brutally honest for a moment. That whisper in the dark, the one that hisses in holding out for a divine connection, are you simply writing a one-way ticket to a life of solitude? It has visited you, hasn't it? It's a fear that wraps itself around the heart of every woman who has ever dared to believe in something more than a conventional romance. We've been fed a narrative that this path is a solitary, agonizing vigil, a spiritual waiting room where the only thing that accumulates is dust and doubt. But I am here to tell you that this narrative is a lie. It's a fundamental misreading of the soul's most elegant blueprint. The ache you feel is not the vacancy of your life. It is the awakening of your own depth. It is the sound of your own soul stretching, expanding, making room for a miracle. This isn't about waiting for someone to come and turn on the lights. This is about the glorious, sometimes messy, always transformative work of becoming the lighthouse yourself. So radiant and steady that you no longer fear the dark, and your light naturally guides everything meant for you safely home. The journey is not out there. It is in here, in the sacred architecture of your own becoming. And the first brick laid in that foundation is the realization that the love you seek is not something you find, but something you build, starting from the inside out. The reason this feels so different from anything you've been told before is because it is. And it all begins with understanding the quietly brilliant reason your soul chose this path in the first place. You know the feeling, don't you? That quiet, persistent ache in the center of your chest when the world gets still. It whispers a story of absence, of a missing piece somewhere out there in the great, swirling cosmos. We've been taught to call this loneliness. We've been taught to see it as a problem to be solved, a void to be filled by the arrival of another. But what if I told you that this feeling is not your enemy? What if it is, in fact, the most precise and loving navigation system your soul has ever installed? Let's pull back the curtain on the grand illusion. The twin flame journey is so often missold as a frantic, epic search for your other half. It's a romantic notion, sure, but it's also a profoundly disempowering one. It frames you as incomplete, a fragment, a puzzle piece desperately scanning the table for its match. This beautiful soul is where the suffering begins. The universe doesn't create halves. It creates whole, sovereign beings capable of recognizing their own divine reflection in another. That ache you feel? It's not for him. It's for you. It's the homing signal of your own wholeness, calling you back to yourself. Think of it like this. Imagine you're an orchestra that has spent a lifetime believing it's missing its first violin. You've heard the sheet music. You know the melody is supposed to be richer, more profound. So you sit in the concert hall, waiting for that one musician to arrive so the symphony can finally begin. Meanwhile, the cellos are out of tune, the brass section is playing from a different score, and you, the conductor, have left the podium. You're staring at the door, waiting for your savior. Sacred singleness is the moment you stop staring at the door. It's the moment you turn around, pick up your baton, and begin the meticulous, passionate work of tuning your own orchestra. It's demanding, unglamorous work. It means facing the discordant notes of old wounds, the fear of abandonment that screeches like a misplayed violin, the low, mournful cello of unworthiness. You work with each section, each aspect of your cell, until they are all playing in harmony, from a single, soaring score of self-love and acceptance. This is the alchemy. You're not just waiting in an empty room. You are in the sacred workshop of your soul, and you are the alchemist. You are taking the base metal of your perceived lacks and longings, the loneliness, the frustration, the fear, and you're transmuting it into the gold of self-containment. This isn't about building a wall around your heart. It's about building a hearth within your heart, a fire so warm, so stable, so radiant that it no longer matters if there's a storm outside. You are home, and anyone who enters your life from that point forward isn't coming to save you from the cold. They're coming to sit by your fire, to share its warmth, to add their own unique log to the blaze. And let's be honest, there's a hilarious irony to it all, isn't there? We spend so much energy visualizing, praying, begging the universe for this divine union, all while embodying the very state of needing that is its greatest repellent. It's like standing at the shoreline, desperately screaming for a wave, while you're holding a giant, industrial-sized fan that blows everything back out to sea. The spiritual work is about turning that fan off. It's about settling into a deep, unshakable trust that the ocean knows its own tides. When you become the calm, receptive shore, the waves naturally come to you. This is the magnetic part of becoming. It's not a party trick or a manifestation hack. It's physics. It's the law of vibration. A heart that resonates with need and lack can only attract situations that mirror that need back to it. Perhaps in the form of unavailable partners, chaotic situations, or more waiting, but a heart that resonates with the full, complex, and joyful frequency of its own wholeness. That becomes a beacon. It's no longer searching for a light, it is the light, and light recognizes light. So you see, this period you might label as being alone is the entire point of the journey. It is the sacred, non-negotiable incubation period for the butterfly you are becoming. To try to skip this stage is to try to become a butterfly without the chrysalis, a messy and frankly impossible endeavor. Embrace the quiet. Embrace the solitude. It is not a punishment. It is the most generous gift your soul could ever give you. It is the space where you learn to be the love you seek. And while you're here doing this profound work, you might start to notice something strange and wonderful happening to the world around you. But that is a conversation for another time. Let's talk about the quiet tyranny of the one and only myth. It's a story we've all consumed, a spiritual fairy tale that goes like this. Somewhere out there is your single, perfect, divine counterpart, and until you find them, every other connection is just a placeholder, a practice run, a second best consolation prize. It sounds beautifully romantic, doesn't it? Until you're living inside it. Then it becomes a prison of your own making, a lens that turns every potential relationship into a failure for not being the one. What if I told you that your soul journey is not a desperate, lonely scavenger hunt for a single missing piece, but a grand, orchestral performance. And your twin flame, well, they might be the first violin, the captivating soloist that carries the most haunting and beautiful melody. But they are not the entire orchestra. To focus only on them is to miss the richness of the cellos, the power of the brass, the subtle magic of the woodwinds. You're waiting for one musician to show up while ignoring the magnificent symphony already playing around you. This is the mystery of the soul pod. Think of your incarnated soul not as a solitary wanderer, but as a member of a divine, spiritual ensemble, a council of souls who have agreed to travel together, life after life, to help each other grow. This is your pod. Your twin flame is a profound, perhaps the most intense member of this council. But they are sitting at the same table as your karmic partners, your soulmates, your soul family. Each has a distinct, non-negotiable role in your evolution. That passionate, tumultuous relationship that ended in tears, that wasn't a failed twin flame connection. That was your karmic partner, the soul who came with a very specific and often painful job description, to sand down your roughest edges, to trigger your deepest core wounds so you could finally see them. They are the divine wrecking ball, sent to demolish the structures you've built that no longer serve you. You're not meant to live in the rubble with them. You're meant to thank them for the clear space and begin building anew. And that deep, comfortable, nurturing friendship that feels like coming home, the one without the chaotic fireworks, that is a soulmate. They are the master architects and the gentle custodians. They hold the blueprint for your heart when you've lost it and offer you a safe harbor to rest your wings. To dismiss this connection because it lacks the specific electric chaos of the twin flame dynamic is like refusing a lifeboat in a storm because you were hoping for a luxury yacht. It's a tragic miscalculation of divine grace. Here's the real, unvarnished truth your soul knows. If you are incapable of recognizing the sacred in a soulmate, you will be utterly unprepared for the monumental reality of a twin flame. The twin flame connection doesn't replace these other bonds. It presupposes them. It is the graduate level course, and you cannot skip the undergraduate curriculum of healing with karmic partners and learning to receive love from soulmates. You see, by fixating on the one, you are, quite literally, spiritually ghosting the entire support system your own soul arranged for you before you even took a breath in this lifetime. You're at a party full of fascinating, loving, insightful guests, all sent to teach you something, and you're standing by the door, staring out the peephole, waiting for one specific person to arrive. Meanwhile, the party of your life is happening without you. So, what is the practical magic here? It's to shift from a mindset of rejection to one of recognition. Stop asking of every heart you meet, "Are you my twin flame?" That question is a closed door. Instead, try asking, "What piece of my soul have you come to reveal? What lesson are you here to teach?" This simple shift transforms your entire relational reality from a constant test, everyone fails, into an endless curriculum of love and awakening. Your path is not a narrow, lonely tightrope walk made toward a single person. It is a vast, thriving ecosystem of connection. Each relationship, however brief, is a sacred thread in the tapestry of your becoming. Honor them all. The love you share with a soulmate is not lesser. It is different. It is just as divine, just as necessary. When you open your heart to this truth, a miraculous thing happens. The loneliness vanishes. You are never alone. You're surrounded by your soul's own family, each one a beautiful, essential note in the glorious symphony of you. And the most fascinating part? When you truly embody this, when you start to cherish each note in your song, you may just find that the soloist you've been waiting for finally feels ready to step into the light. But that's a harmony we'll explore another time. So here we are at the end of this particular path of inquiry, and I want to leave you with a vision that is far grander and more comforting than the one you may have started with. That initial question, will I be forever alone, was always a trick of the light, a shadow cast by fear across the magnificent landscape of your soul's journey. It was the wrong question, my dear. The right question, the only one that ever truly matters, is this: am I willing to become the kind of person with whom a divine union is possible? And in the silent, sacred work of answering that, everything changes. You are not a supplicant at the altar of a future, maybe. You are the gardener of a present, blooming reality. This belief in a twin flame was never meant to be a shackle tethering you to a lonely post, staring down an empty road. It was the seed planted deep in your consciousness that contained a miraculous instruction: grow. It forced your roots to dig deeper into the soil of your own spirit, seeking waters of self-love you never knew existed. It compelled your branches to reach for a sun of your own making, a light of internal validation that no external storm can extinguish. Think of the person you were when you first heard this term. Now think of who you are becoming through this process of alchemical singleness and soul pod recognition. You are being sanded and polished by life itself, not for someone else's comfort, but for your own radiance. The loneliness was the chisel, the yearning, the sandpaper. It is an uncomfortable, often painful masterpiece in the making. But what is emerging is a sculpture of incredible strength and beauty, you in your undeniable wholeness. This path is not a hallway you walk down, staring at a single locked door at the end. It is a vast, sun-drenched plain you're learning to dance upon. Every step you take in self-love, every boundary you honor, every moment of joy you claim for yourself is part of that dance. And when you dance like that, freely, fully, without waiting for a partner, you alter the very gravity of your being. You become a celestial event. You stop searching the sky for one specific star, and instead, you learn to constellate your own life with all the beautiful, varied souls who are your rightful cosmic companions. The great and frankly hilarious secret is that the twin flame union was never the goal. It was always the byproduct. It is the natural, inevitable, gravitational pull that occurs between two spheres of consciousness that have each achieved a certain density of self-awareness and unconditional love. It's what happens when two complete universes decide to align their orbits, not because they need to, but because the resulting harmony is more magnificent than either could create alone. So, will a woman who believes in a twin flame forever be alone? It is an impossibility. She is too busy building a kingdom within herself to ever be truly lonely. She is too engaged in the sacred dialogue with her own soul to be without company. She is too open to the love lessons offered by her soul pod to be isolated. She is, in the most real sense, preparing the inner sanctuary so that if and when that mirror soul does appear at the threshold, the homecoming is not one of desperate relief, but of joyful, powerful recognition. You are not waiting for a missing piece. You are preparing a welcome for an entire other universe. And that beautiful soul is a destiny not of solitude, but of sublime, unimaginable connection. And the most exciting part, this is just the beginning of understanding how that connection, when built on this unshakable foundation, can actually change the world around you. But that, perhaps, is a story for next time.